Hey guys, it's Junior. Welcome back to my channel here at Horsepower Warehouse. We're gonna spend the day back here in the garage. I've got a bunch of really cool stuff to show you. Of course, a lot of it's gonna be Corvette related. Let's jump right into the first one here. This one's gonna be today's title and thumbnail. This is a 1966 Corvette that was brought into me. A gentleman saw Horsepower Warehouse and wrote me an email and wanted to know if I was interested in taking this car in. He saw my $20,000 budget restoration and said, hey, maybe this car would be a good candidate for something like this. I've got a little bit more budget, but the car needs different stuff. So this is a 1966 coupe that his mother bought brand new in 66 because she could not drive a XKE manual. She wanted to buy the Jag, couldn't row the stick, so she loaded up this Corvette. This one is really cool because it's a factory air car. Of course, it's automatic. It's got power windows, it's got power brakes, it's got power everything, right? It's a fully loaded car. So she put, and get this, from 1966 to 2006, she rolled over the odometer at least twice, and right now it is here on my floor with, I think, 72,000 is what it says there. So something like 272,000 miles was put on this car. So I get the question all the time, you know, Junior, you do full frame off restorations on these cars. What's feasible in terms of putting mileage on it? Well, if you want to keep up with maintenance and keep on top of things, you can absolutely log a ton of mileage on these. And this lady was so cool. I mean, just my absolute hero for putting almost 300,000 miles on a C2 Corvette. Can you imagine the amount of kids, just the tally of children that went, hey mom, a Corvette, you know, as she went down the road? It had to have been hundreds and hundreds, right? Talk about making an impression on the community. She's my hero. So I'm a sucker for a good story, and I build so many Corvettes. I put my heart into everything we do here. So I really love a meaningful build, and man, this just warms my heart that the guy got the Corvette. He's like, you know what? I'm going to keep it on the road. I'm going to keep driving it just like mom did. So bravo. Good job. This one is actually, the engine is out at Steve Keach, my engine builder. The automatic transmission is out for rebuild as well. I do all of the manual transmissions and rear ends here in-house. But, you know, I really trust my builders. Tim Barbic is, in my opinion, the best guy to bring your Power Glide transmission. So that's where it's at. And Barbic's will absolutely guarantee this thing. He literally said, take it across the country and back, because I kind of told him the story of this car. And he said, yep, that's what I'm going to build it to do. So that's where I'm at with this one. I'm excited to update you as the progress. You can see we've got a couple of parts taken out of this thing. It is blown apart so Randy can wet sand and buff it. Of course, the engine transmission is out. We've got the interior gutted because we are doing the sound deadening package inside. We have taken the opportunity to paint the inside of the engine bay and kind of clean some stuff up while we're in here. So it's coming along really nice. I think the before and after transformation on this car is just going to be phenomenal. We have a tale of two cities here, and actually I have two cases of this. So we have a 63 split window resto mod and a 63 split window resto mod. This car is fresh build, brought in as a running driving car. We are going to be doing the resto mod process all the way through from start to finish. We are doing things methodical in the system and I guess the order that we prefer. This one, not so much. This one was started, you can see it already went through paint once. They finished a lot of the bottom stuff, but they didn't fit really anything. So what we're having to do is go backwards on this car and fit all of the components, do all of the firewall modifications that we need to do. Just a lot of the forethought that is necessary when you build a resto mod. So I'm super grateful to have both of these cars. They're both going to come out just as phenomenal, but this one is a totally different approach because we're having to undo a lot of work that the previous shop did do. So I just want to be transparent when you guys watch the process with these cars. exactly what's going on. So why is this one being built in a different order than this one? Well, that kind of explains it. So of course this one is going to get the full paint job. You can see that we have all of the bird cage restoration done at this point. Let's squeeze back around the other side just so you guys can see. Looking pretty good. We spent probably 2 weeks on the bird cage just doing metal work and getting it back to right again. So lots of fiberglass and lots of metal work so far on this car. This one is going to be the Art Morrison chassis, and I'm not going to do the spoiler yet as to what the engine and transmission combination yet. I may have, you know, kind of told you my previous ideas before with the car as to what we're going to be putting in it. There is the Morrison chassis for the blue resto mod, so beautiful chassis. You can't complain about that. Let's not skip over this guy, 67. This one is getting ready to head out to paint. As you can see, the chassis is just looking gorgeous, built by yours truly. As I alluded to previously, we do the rear ends and the transmissions in-house. If you guys ever want to talk about transmissions, I can definitely give you an earful about the Muncie and how to correctly build it. There's definitely right and wrong parts rebuild kits. You want to be very specific. There's a guy named Paul C. Believe his word. That's the short way of going about it. But this chassis is, of course, a new chassis. It is a Vet Products of Michigan. You wouldn't know it, and it would pass pretty much all of the scrutiny of judgment. Tri-Power 427, built by Keach. Man, this is a pretty setup, isn't it, guys? The bottom of the car, I'll get down low and show you. Stripped all the bottom of it. You can see the tunnel insulator, of course, all the firewall and inner fenders, you know, all the new rubbers. Everything it's ready. She's ready to be put down. In fact, she was actually waiting for me to go ahead and shoot this video, and come Monday we will be putting this guy down. Yeah, just I like it a lot. This is a factory AC Tri-Power 427, by the way, so really cool car. All right, and I'm excited. We actually have one coming out of paint that this one is going to be replacing. Again, another coupe, Marlboro red. I'm excited to show you guys. While I'm over here, I just wanted to kind of talk about shop politics around here. I have Snap-on tools. In building these cars, there's an 80% or greater chance that a Snap-on tool is going to be putting together your car. It's not because I get a discount or I'm sponsored by them. God, I wish I was. But the reason why is I just don't want to struggle with inferior tools. And for that reason, my toolboxes are open to every person that works with me. My entire shop, and it's not because I love sharing my, you know, $200 Snap-on lights. It's because I don't want my people to struggle with an inferior tool, to be less efficient in getting their job done just because they couldn't afford the crap that took me 100 freaking years to save up for, right? Does that make sense? I want to have a better team all around. So for that reason, that Snap-on box, that one over there, and that one over there is open to all of my people all the time. We do fight over flashlights sometimes. That's why I have so many of them. Just because I want to build a better team. I want to build a better car. I don't want anyone to struggle at any point. A lot of the times, and I'll say probably minimum of 10 times a day, people will pull me off my project to get my opinion on how to approach this task in the correct way. I love dropping what I'm doing and teaching my team how to build a better car at all times. So we've got Alexander, he's spearheading this one. Ivana is spearheading all the 63s right now. She is living on a 63 Corvette world. She's got the tech manual and judge manual here. I can't even find the assembly manual. I think she took it home, to be honest with you. She is definitely an NCRS judge in the making. She's living in 63 world right now. She's helping me with this one, and that one. So I'm super grateful to have all of my team. Sean is actually spearheading the resto mods, and I'm kind of team lead on everything. I did most of the work on this one. I'm doing a lot of the work on those too. My hands are in everything. You know, I can't do it all. That's why I need my team, but I'm trying to make sure that I build dream cars. People are saving up their entire lives to bring their cars to me. They're waiting a year plus sometimes in the waiting list just to get in here. I have cars coming from out of the country. I've got cars being exported as soon as I'm done with them, just because, you know, you can't find this level of work very often. I'm not here to say that I'm the only guy doing it like this, but I'm probably one of a few. I'm very confident in saying that. Of course, Ivana is working on some side projects here as well. We have the silver car. We have another split window peeking around the back there. And you'll notice that we have a chassis for that one over here in the back corner. That is another Vette Products of Michigan, brand new chassis. So excited to have that. Usually they're a several month wait. This guy is actually from Michigan, and he knew the secret handshake that I didn't know, and he came back like 2 weeks later with the chassis. So take that for what it's worth. I don't have a red NCRS hat or something like that. I don't know what the difference was here, but I'm super thankful to have that chassis so that white car can get a new one. It will look like this ultimately when it goes off the paint. So thank you guys so much for joining me. It's actually a hurricane right now. That's why the shop is so empty. I took the opportunity. I drive an old Tacoma for my daily, so it just eats up a foot of water like it's nothing. Everyone else, it seems like around here, is driving lowered sports cars. So let me show you guys what's going on outside here. It's not that bad, right? Just a little hurricane. Let's not get the camera too wet for my outro. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Until next time, take care.